folks, welcome back to the channel, and today before I go on with the review of this set, I have something very important to tell y'all, which is that if you're arachnophobic, meaning scared of spiders, do not watch this video right now because you're gonna be scared out of your mind on this video. And if you're not, let's just move on. Yeah, let's go, Revelio! And with the spell taking effect, as you can see right here, we have 473 at the Hagrid Hut set for 2010. The set has 4 minifigures retailed for $39.99 when it's first released, and also has 442 pieces. And yeah, if you're not scared of the creepy crawlies, let's go on to the next section. For our minifigures over here, as you can tell, we have the golden trio of Harry Potter, including Harry himself, Hermione Granger, and Ron Weasley. And of course, we have Ruby as Hagrid, the owner of Hagrid's Hut. And right here as well, we have some of the exterior animals that are actually given the brown owl and three of this baby acromantulas or spiders. And yeah, they look pretty cool as well, but I just wanted to show them over here. And going on to, I guess, the main golden trio first, what I like about them is honestly they are nice Gryffindor uniforms right there. I haven't gotten the 2010 version of Gryffindor uniforms yet, so getting them in this set is really nice. And yeah, I kind of want to compare between the newer versions of Gryffindor costumes. So here's a pop-up picture right here. As you can see, the newer version doesn't really have that nice Gryffindor symbol right there as compared to the older one back in 2010. So I feel that the 2010 one kind of beats them in terms of just aesthetics wise and just the details of which. And therefore I kind of like the 2010 uniforms more. And otherwise, going back to looking at these 3 minifigures, each of them actually has a grin on their faces as well. And yeah, it's pretty cool looking at them like that. And I kind of just feel more connected with these figures just because back in the day in 2010 when I was a kid, I kind of played a lot of the PSP Lego Harry Potter Year 5 to Year 7. There's a pop-up game over here. And yeah, the design of the characters in that game is exactly the same as this minifigures right here, just because during that time period is when this sets got released. So their design are exactly the same. And yeah, it just kind of correlates with everything, and it just feels very nostalgic to me because like in childhood I played a lot of that game, and looking at them over here just feels like my characters have turned to life, you know. So yeah, but otherwise, just looking at their secondary face expressions over here, as you can see, all 3 trio have kind of a displeased face expression right there, and there's the back torso, and that's it for this tree. And now going back towards Rubius Hagrid right there. So Rubius Hagrid is, yeah, a pretty special character, I would say, just because over the years we actually have different versions of him coming out from 2001, 2010, I think like 2018, and of course 2004 version as well, which I don't right now have. And yeah, this is actually counted as Hagrid 3.0 kind of. So this design, it actually has kind of the same rubber hair design as the one in 2001. But the torso, or I guess the molded body piece, is actually kind of different in terms of colors as compared to the 2001 one. And for this one, he's actually given a crossbow as well, which did not appear in 2001 version, and I think the 2019 version as well. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. For this version, he also has kind of a brick-built umbrella with him as compared to the molded one that we get nowadays. And yeah, that's honestly it for this figure. This is actually the face expression of the figure without the beard, and this is the back torso without any prints. And yeah, with that, let's move on to the set design. As you can see, we have the main Hagrid's Hut on the left, and of course Aragog's design. And just because it's easier to talk about him, I'm just gonna go with Aragog first. So this design of Aragog, first of all, is very different from the newer design of Aragog that we see in Aragog's Lair set. The Aragog's Lair set actually has kind of a more cute appearance, I would say, because he has kind of those googly eyes on him, as you can see in the picture over here. And if you allow me, give me a second, I'll just compare it in physical terms right now. See, we have an uninvited guest over here, the newer version of Aragog. Yeah, just bring him along. I want to compare and show you all. As you can see, the newer version has kind of these googly eyes, as I kind of mentioned earlier. And this older version is actually much creepy in appearance. And one thing I've actually noticed, or I just thought about, is the fact whereby this older Aragog build is actually much smaller in appearance as compared to this new one right here. And it just kind of makes me think of like the old one being a male and the newer one being a female. Weird thought right there, but just because I do know that, you know, female tarantulas are actually much bigger than male tarantulas, so In this case, it kind of just looks like this is male Aragog and this is like female Aragog. Just a little tangent aside and all. And then back to just looking at this nice build right here. As you can see, the legs of the Acromantula is actually represented by this black katanas right here, which newer version does not do. So the newer version right here actually uses this kind of nice pieces that was actually originally used for the spider trike from Shima. And yeah, it just shows in the improvement of techniques that LEGO has used over years with their new pieces coming out and all. And yeah, it's quite impressive to see the improvement between these two builds right here. And then otherwise you can tell that the old one actually has more prints on him, I would say, because the back of the abdomen is actually printed right here. This is a printed piece, and at the front as well there's a nice printed eyes as well, which is pretty cool. Personally, I would say I kind of like the older version more just because he looks so much more cooler with those katana like legs and then with those prints right there. But that could be just because I'm super excited in getting this set. So yeah, I kind of, I might be kind of biased in terms of which, because this one right here is from like a 30+ level set. And yeah, you can easily get it still, if I'm not wrong, for the secondary market. And yeah, that's kind of my opinions on this, Aragog build right here. But then otherwise, moving onwards towards the main Hagrid's Hut, I guess. So, the main Hagrid's Hut, exteriors wise, it's pretty cool looking in appearance, first of all, just because, as you can see, we have some pumpkins right here that are represented by the jack-o'-lantern piece right here. And then otherwise, on top, you have this nice leaf piece as well, which was originally used in Bellevue, if I'm not wrong. And then moving onwards towards the sides, you can see a rat right there, a nice barrel at the side, the front door, some windows, more pumpkins at back, and if you turn over, there are even mushrooms, which is, really, really cool in appearance, and I really quite like it. Even in terms of just looking at the exterior, the build is honestly really well done, which is why I kind of always wanted to call this particular set like just the best Hagrid's Hut in general, just because like it has the nice light brick, which I'll show you in a bit, and once I open up you will kind of know the reason why I call it the best Hagrid's Hut. So let's open this whole build up and show you what's inside. Oops, the wrong side. Okay, it's over here. So to open this build up, we can show you the interior of the Hagrid's Hut. And as you can see right there, it's a very cozy home. And what's cool about this is the fact whereby we even have a nice light brick as well, which is really, really cool. And you can see that the stove over there is actually heated up by the light brick, or I guess the fire right there, which is really nice in appearance, and I really like it for that. Unfortunately, the original light brick for this set actually broke down and molded over the years, so I actually had to change into a new light brick. Thankfully, I had one in storage, so I can just put it in right here. So yeah, that's fine and all. But otherwise, as you can see right here, we have another animal fig as well, which is dragon fig right here, which represents Norberta or Norbert, which was first shown in the Harry Potter movies. So yeah, really cool. And then I was about to elaborate on this. So for this stove right here, what's cool as well is the play feature, which allows you to kind of move the stove and revolve it around. I find that really, really cool because it gives some sort of liveliness towards the whole build, and I really like it for that. And on towards the upper shelves of the whole Hagrid's Hut, as you can see right there, we have some potions or just, like storage cups or something for Hagrid to put his stuff. So yeah, pretty cool right there. And as you can see, there's a very messy appearance with the whole hut itself, with just different kinds of pots and pans, some fishes, chicken, keys, axes, like hanging around the whole place itself. The messiness, I would say, kind of just gives a right vibe towards like Hagrid itself, because like Hagrid himself is kind of like a more messy wizard in his own way. And although he's like super cool in appearance, and I just love his knowledge of like different animals, species, or just creatures itself, he's just kind of a ragged kind of wizard to an extent, and I kind of like him for that, honestly. He's like very humble and all. And then otherwise, just looking onwards towards the right side over here, you can see more details right there with the nice broom standing at the side, a nice cup right there with a gem inside, some, you know, decorations like plates, and a grey owl right here as well, which is another animal fig. As I go through, you'll notice a lot of different animals in this set already. And yeah, I just find it really cool. And then looking onwards into the interior as well, we can see a nice sticker at the back with a random wizard with like a green hat of some sort. Maybe he's a magicologist. And then over here as well, we have a nice letter, which, if you'll be so kind to fall out, is also a printed piece right here, which is really cool. And honestly, that is probably it for the interior. And yeah, with that, you can just close it up like this in a modular action. And this is actually the whole Hagrid Hut. And if I light up the light brick, you can see that the light actually penetrates all the way through over here and you can see from outside. So yeah, all in all, pretty cool set to get. And I would say with the number of animal pieces, printed pieces, brooms, accessories wise given, it's really hard to believe that this set was only like $39.99 USD back in the day. And yeah, it's just overwhelmingly cheap, I would say. And therefore the price for this set, according to that from 2010, is honestly a 10 in terms of which. In terms of functionality wise, I would say this set works really well for Hagrid Hut. Kind of just mentioned earlier that it's probably the best Hagrid Hut I ever gotten, as compared to the 2001, which actually uses a rubber band to keep it all together. So yeah, in terms of that, I would actually give it a 9, and I just love the light brick feature right there. And for aesthetics wise, yeah, I think this deserves a decent 10 as well. I love how the stickers over here, you know, all these like patterns right there fit perfectly with the Hagrid's Hut. And I just love how it closes and opens in a modular action. Even when you look inside, the interior just has a lot to go through for such a small set. So yeah, all in all, a 10 in terms of aesthetics. And with a 10, 10, and 9, I don't need to tell you this, but this is definitely, and I say definitely, an A set in my opinion. And if I can give it any higher, honestly, I'll give it a 10. Oh, sorry, an A+, I mean. So yeah, that's all for today. This is an A+ set. And yeah, if you like my video so far, please do subscribe to my channel. If you don't, leave a comment. Nox Lumos, and I'll see you on the jolly next adventure.